The alarm blared at 4:30 a.m., jolting me awake like a cattle prod to the ribs. Another day at the shipping docks. Another 10 hours of sweat, grease, and the never-ending roar of container ships unloading their cargo. I pulled on my work boots steel-toed, scuffed from years of abuse, and grabbed my thermos of black coffee. The drive to the port was always the same dim streetlights and the hum of the highway. By 5:45 a.m., I was on the floor, barking orders at the new guys. Watch the crane swing. Palletize those crates properly, or they'll crush you like a beer can. The dock never slept, never slowed down. Containers swung overhead like giant metal coffins. Forklifts zipped between stacks of cargo, and the foreman screamed into his radio like a man possessed. I didn't hate the job. It was honest job. Brutal, but honest. Every callus, every sore muscle was earned, and it paid for the one thing that kept me sane: hunting. I hunted in many places: Alaska, Canada, alligators in Florida, and some hunting in South America, just to name a few. My off day is coming. The second my shift ended, I was gone. No overtime, no drinks with the crew. Just me, my truck, and the open road leading north to the mountains. This trip was different. My usual hunting buddies, Dave, Rodriguez, and Old Man Harris, had family stuff. Wives, kids, birthdays. Not me. My ex had taken the kids years ago, and the only company I needed these days was my rifle and the silence of the woods. I parked at the trailhead, shouldered my pack, and checked my gear: bolt-action .308 rifle. My baby, polished and deadly. Magnum revolver as backup, always on my hip, even when I sleep while hunting. Hunting knife, sharp enough to shave with. Game bags, camping gear, tent, stove, and enough jerky to last a week. The forest swallowed me whole. No cell service, no noise, just the crunch of leaves underfoot and the distant cry of a hawk. Once arrived, the first night I camped just one click from trailhead as it was late evening. The next morning, I continued the hunt. Around noon, I spotted him, a massive buck, standing proud on a ridge 200 meters uphill. The wind was in my favor. No scent, no sound. I exhaled, squeezed the trigger. Crack. The buck dropped like a sack of bricks. I whooped, adrenaline surging. That was a perfect shot. Heart or lungs, either way, it was dead before it hit the ground. It was an uphill walk to the buck, and it was worth it. It took me like 5 to 10 minutes to hike the hill. But when I reached the spot, nothing. Just blood. Lots of blood. And drag marks leading into the trees. I followed the blood trail, rifle ready. The forest grew darker, the trees thicker. The drag marks led to a cave, a jagged maw in the hillside, shadows pooling inside. The stench hit me first. Wet dog, rotting meat, something alive in there. I stepped inside. 20 feet in, my skin crawled. Something told me this ain't right. The air was thick, humid, like breathing through a damp rag. Then, a sound, a low, guttural clicking, like bones cracking. I quickly decided to back out. It was not worth it. I hiked another 2 clicks. While walking, I was thinking again about how stupid it was going into the cave like that. Anything could have happened. I brushed it off and just continued with my hike. Once I found an open area, I set up camp as the sun dipped below the trees, cooked beans and bacon over the fire while grumbling about my stolen deer. Should have been mine. After dinner, I relaxed a bit, had a smoke, actually, a nice cigar and a coffee. I cleaned my rifle, checked my revolver, and zipped myself into my tent. The forest was too quiet. No owls, no crickets, just silence. I slept well maybe about 3 hours, and it was a little chilly. I got up to take a blanket from my backpack. It was then I heard dry leaves being crushed under a footsteps. The footsteps was slow, deliberate, circling. I froze. The smell hit me again. Wet dog. Cave stench. I stayed calm, thinking as long I am in the tent, it will not jump on me, as it could not see me directly. Oh boy, I was wrong. Dead wrong. Out of nowhere. 2 pair of claws tore through the tent. In fear, I yelled while trying to grab my rifle. I fired blindly from inside of whatever left of the tent. All I heard after that was a snarl, then a crash, then silence. I scrambled out, heart hammering. Got to say I panicked a little bit, but I could not see it anywhere. I did hang some LED lights to brighten up the campsite before going to bed, but it was still dark around the edges. It could just jump out any time now at me. The only thing I could possibly do is to climb the nearest tree. I climbed frantically while holding my rifle. As I about to approach a big branch about 20 feet above ground, God, my rifle slipped and fell down to the ground. I dare not go down to pick it up. I waited for a few seconds to look around. Since I am at an elevated position, I have a better chance to see it first. I peered down and frantically looking for the beast. The smell of the beast was strong, indicating it was still near. It was stalking me by the bush. My God, a mountain lion. But this guy was big, I swear to God. It was twice the size of a regular mountain lion. It looked like well-fed and muscles coiled under patchy fur. Eyes glowed in the dark, locked onto me. All I had was the revolver. The beast paced below, sniffing. Then it made a sound almost like laughter. I drew the magnum while my hands shaking. Come on. My adrenaline was pumping to the roof. I trust my magnum, and all I need was a clean hit. The lion did not hesitate. It leaped to get hold the tree trunk to climb. I fired immediately at it, but it missed. The loud noise of the gunshot in the eerily quiet night spooked the beast. It landed, snarling, then stopped. Stared at me, like it was thinking. Obviously, the magnum had the beast thinking twice now. Then, it turned, walked away, just like that. Like nothing happened. I stayed on that tree until dawn, always on alert. I waited until it was really bright daylight. When I finally climbed down, grabbed my rifle just to be safe. I packed up whatever I can quickly and left. Didn't even look back. When I have calmed down, and while driving back, I was not angry at the lion and felt happy I did not hurt it. To be honest, I was at its neighborhood basically stealing its meal. Back at the docks, I told the guys I got skunked. No deer, no story. I believed the lion picked me because I was alone and thought I was easy prey. I don't go hunting alone anymore, and the event had shaken me a little bit. Just to be safe, I only go with my buddies nowadays.